Hi, I'm going to tell you a story, and all I need from you is just to listen. This one time. You may have noticed my content has changed over the past 2 months. I thought that I could just make the change and not speak about it, but now I know that I owe you more than an explanation. So let's start from the beginning. My name is Jefferson Festus. I have 2 sisters named Princess and Blessing, 1 brother named Prince, and my mom that single-handedly loves and works hard for me and my siblings. My mom believes that prayer is the key and that having a relationship with the Most High is very important. I already know ever since I was in my diapers, I was doing a lot of dancing. I even played games like Just Dance or the Michael Jackson Experience, so you already know your boy loved to dance. Come on. Fast forward to my freshman year of high school. I rediscovered Michael Jackson and became fascinated by so much. From his dance moves to his singing and the way he gave to others. He inspired me to be the best at anything I do. I even participated in my high school's 2020 talent show and performed a mix of Michael Jackson songs that I mixed myself in front of a crowd around 45 to 50 people. A week after, I posted it on YouTube, hoping for it to take off. It didn't, and that made me upset within. Since the video didn't do as I hoped, I moved back to doing public school interviews because all I wanted was to be seen by others. I had a whole plan set out just to do videos at school for the rest of the year until I couldn't. There I was, another day, another video at school, not even knowing the words corona or quarantine even existed. But my bubble was really popped when 2 of the school administrators came up to me and expressed that they didn't feel that it was appropriate for me just to be asking questions to other students without their parents' consent. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? But my little radio rebel self still recorded that day. And I even had a plan to keep going when we got back from spring break. So there I was, gathering new ideas and new questions to ask. But little did I know that my 1 week of spring break would become the beginning of my 4 months of summer break. Hey! When I found out about that, I had a mini freakout session. I'm telling you, I was wondering how I was gonna make videos or how I was even gonna get subscribers. Then, on one random day in March, the official Michael Jackson team reposted my dancing video. You know, the one from earlier. Anyways, I remember waking up that morning, checking my YouTube studio, and seeing a random spike in the views. In that moment, I was just as excited as I was confused because I had never gotten that many views. It is also important to note that I did join a Michael Jackson fan page on Facebook a few weeks before. Obviously, I went to go check if they had something just to do with it, but they didn't. The next logical thing I had to do was to check Michael Jackson's page, because I knew I had no doing with this sudden outburst of views. So I clicked on his page and there I was in Michael Jackson's most recent post. I screamed and spent the whole day flipping out, just checking comments, likes, and shares as they kept going up. A week later, the hype was reduced, but I was so thankful because for the first time, my dancing had been recognized by Michael Jackson's management. One random day in April, me and my siblings made a TikTok that got over 7,000 likes on my brother's page. So I tried to post it on my page, but it did not get nowhere near that. I became upset and was back to looking on YouTube and TikTok for things that I can do to get a lot of views. I saw people like Juvier and Tali Tati making videos on an app called Monkey and how so many people liked what they were doing. So that made me want to do it too. I created and edited 7 videos on 4 different topics: letting people roast me and roasting other people, a See My Meat prank, and pranking people by making them rate my non-existent ways.
Oh!
And the last 2 videos, a reaction video to the comments on the Michael Jackson dance video that I did, and a make me laugh for money that I did not have. I posted each video daily, hoping for a spark. The first few videos didn't get the amount of views I expected. On the 3rd day, I posted another video that I made. I remember praying over it saying, God, I don't care about the money. I just want people to see this video at least. But even when I posted it, it didn't get no more than 200 views. I practically had given up on myself at that point and wondered if I should even keep going. Somehow, through my emotional roller coaster, I managed to post a snippet of the video on TikTok and Instagram. Later that day, I laid on my bed with numerous thoughts of doubt, once again questioning if someone like me was even capable to gain an audience of such. I held this feeling all the way until I checked my TikTok page and saw the short clip I posted a couple hours before had obtained over 5,000 views. When I tell you I screamed, I screamed. No, in fact, I was hollering. I was so happy that I ran outside all the way to the far trash can and back barefoot. I looked at all the comments and saw that many people liked it and wanted more. I checked my YouTube channel and saw hundreds of viewers coming in. And within the first week, the video had gotten 10,000 views on YouTube. So from there on out, I decided to stop everything that I used to do and began doing content strictly on a fixated version of myself for 2 months. Then came the first burnout in July. I never did enjoy roasting others, or even pretending to be someone that I'm not for views or attention. But I always felt like I had to do so in order to be viewed or liked. Behind the mask, I really just wanted to learn how to sing and play piano, and I was even playing football. I still made 7 videos, posted them every day in July, then took a hiatus for the rest of the month. From the middle of July to the beginning of August, I started to reflect on, and I quote, success, and became upset to the point where I decided to go back to making roasting videos, and I quote. And since Monkey was not available, I was back on YouTube looking for an app I could go on to do so. I came across Juvier's channel again and saw that he also stopped using Monkey and used this new app called Yubo. So that same night, I downloaded Yubo and spent an hour or 2 roasting people, and I quote. I posted the video on YouTube and multiple clips on TikTok in August. People responded to the short clips fast, and I became excited as I went to football practice. That first day, the video had obtained 10,000 views on YouTube. So a few days later, I went back on Yubo and did the same thing. Posted it a week after, and it also performed to my expectations, which is never good, but it was good at the time. Since I began school and playing football more frequently, I had made less time to post on YouTube. Would only post on TikTok a couple times, and created nothing else in August. September came along and I decided to do a 4-hour video shoot. But due to school and football and just life in general, I ended up not editing it. Therefore, I did not post at all that month. In October, the football season was going pretty good, and my grades were caught up as well. So in the middle of October, I decided to make another video. My older sister surprised us as she came home from boot camp. I vlogged the weekend with her, my family, and friends. But that video also went into the vault. In conclusion, multiple videos were made, but I felt as if I had no time to edit them completely. It wasn't until the football season unexpectedly ended early that I felt that I needed to make a comeback. Picking up where I left off, I began editing the 2 Yubo videos and posted each weekly. The 2 videos performed a little under my expectation, so I went on Yubo and made another roasting video. That same video really helped boost my channel's previous videos. So I kept posting videos weekly and even got paid for the first time. Things were going smooth, and I felt good about it too. In December, I planned to do only roasting videos, but I knew my conscience was not gonna settle for that. I still posted multiple roasting videos, one gaming video, and some vlogs. In addition, I had also gotten my first real life job because I wanted the experience. Also, I had a friend, he worked there, so I wanted to work with him too. But at the end of the year, I really experienced the same feeling I felt even before I had thousands of followers and viewers. I had a lot, but at the same time I had nothing. Christmas was great though. I was able to use my earnings and buy Christmas gifts for people I cared about. My little sister even called me the Black Santa of that time. She has issues. New Year's came and I started it off by me dancing on TikTok for 35 to 45 people. I felt great because I was doing what I loved from the get-go, dancing. And more especially, dancing for Jesus. Come on, come on. I set out to make the first month of the year better than before. And since I saw that my current views were lower than usual, I decided that I would, quote unquote, need to do roasting videos again, which led me to do 3, quote unquote, New Year, New Beef roasting videos. Looking back, those are some of my favorite ones. And when I posted them, the views were spiking even higher than before, both on TikTok and YouTube, but my ego was not satisfied. I told myself that my videos deserved way more than they already had. I kept feeding my greed more than my need. I also tried to make a cover song without knowing the basics of singing. It didn't have the best outcome, so it went into the vault. Going into February, I knew that I wanted to make music, but I would have to start from the beginning. On the other hand, I added karaoke rapping into my content with Yubo. It was received very well, yet I still felt that not enough people were watching. But since I saw the earnings come in, I became complacent and took more time away from creating content to learn about music. I did make a couple more videos before I took another month-long hiatus. During the hiatus, I bought equipment for practice sessions, and with the help of my teacher, I began experimenting with digital audio workstations. I also spent a good amount of time learning how to love myself and strengthening my relationship with God. Another reason why I made quote-unquote roasting videos was because I was able to earn a sustainable income to help around with my mom and save a piece for myself, So with that and the belief that I couldn't get money doing anything else, I once again sucked it up and went to go on Yubo to start beef. Around that same time, I was approached by this guy that owns an app similar to Yubo. He wanted me to promote his app by doing the things I did on Yubo. And because I saw the price tag, I agreed. But as I was recording that footage, I didn't feel up to it because people can say some hurtful things. There was so much negativity in the live streams, much more than I had ever dealt with. The crazy part is that I was going to post it, but he asked me just to wait until the app made some changes. And I was like, fine by me, because I kinda didn't want to post it. Between March and April, I posted 4 roasting videos and 1 karaoke rap video. The roasting ones, they performed regularly, nothing too special. The karaoke video was really the one that brought people back to my channel. I was still eager to find something new to blow up from, so I tried a Yubo prank. Through the influence of YouTube's analytical insights, this prank's performance was lower than all my other Yubo videos. And because I usually expected high results, I became so disappointed that I stopped recording videos for the rest of April. Here comes the 1-year anniversary, the first full year. This same anniversary that I didn't feel I could be proud of, which is why I didn't publicly announce or celebrate it. Instead, I was still trying to find a way to, and I quote, make it without putting other people's well-being down in the means of me going up. The following week, I had made a video on Yubo, posted a reaction video, a dancing video, a singing video, and even a vlog, yet my ego wasn't satisfied, and that led me to not accept the amount of views I was receiving. I almost resorted to making a roasting video. In fact, I did record it. But when I look back at the footage, I just knew that I would be entering the emotional cycle once again. So I tossed the footage into the vault of videos and eventually deleted it. This month was full of it. This month was also one of the greatest in my year of 2021. During the whole first week, I went to a Christian summer camp. We didn't have our phones, so that helped me connect with others like never before, and disconnect from all the social labels I had identified with. The people were kind, different, loving, fun, and so much more. I recorded multiple times during my visit, and as smooth as the videos came out to be, the process of getting it was pretty rough. I initially recorded a different set of videos because I wanted to create a detailed short film, and for the first 3 days, it was going as planned. Until one morning, after recording footage with other campers during a game, I accidentally formatted my camera, and in the means of doing so, I deleted all my footage from the previous 3 days. When I tell you I was upset, I was hurt. Not even upset, I was hurt, okay? But I really turned to God in those moments, and He helped me accept that the past footage was gone. Lucky for me though, He gave me the strength and courage to record the new footage that has been released today. As fun as everyone else's company was, I did spend a lot of time by myself at that camp. And with the help of other leaders and speakers, I realized that I don't need to act a certain way to be accepted, or to be seen, or even to be loved. I realized that God loves me for who I am, that He made me. I've even thought about all the wrong decisions I've made, both in public and private, thinking that I couldn't be forgiven or even make a comeback. But because I know the Son of God came down to this earth and died for us, I know that I am not alone in this thing called life. I know that I have already made a comeback, and with a force that is way stronger than my own. When I stand with God, I stand with majority. I know where I'll be going after my time on earth is up. And most importantly, I know with Him that I can be myself. And finally, we come to the month of July. This month, I summoned the courage to take action for what I truly believe in. At first, I thought in order to do so, I would have to take all my past videos down and start anew. So, I took those videos down, and once I made that decision, the consequences subliminally came creeping at the door. People unsubscribing, left and right, gunshots, up and down. I'm just kidding. Okay, but that of course is their choice, just like it is for anyone else. I was pretty upset about it at first, but I realized that I couldn't be upset about it because the majority of my content over the past year had been about saying mean things to other people, then labeling it as just jokes and not to be taken serious. Now, when I see that people unsubscribe, I take notice that those people may have never been here for me, that they may have only been here for the false me that I have been presenting in my content. From the day I got back from camp, I promised to strive to be the best version of myself that I can be. Whether I lose hundreds or thousands of followers in the process of doing so, then so be it. In this life, I am born to lose, and that's the truth. But one thing that I know that I will never lose is the grace of God. And that, my friend, is all that I will truly ever need. With all that being said, the past videos will remain public since they mark the beginning of my journey as an entertainer. I'm going to continue loving others like Jesus has instructed me to, instead of publicly slandering others in forms of expensive jokes to please a certain audience. The purpose of this story is not to say goodbye, but to say hello. This video is me introducing myself as the one and only Jefferson Festus. I am a singer, a dancer, a creator, a black young adult, but most importantly, I am a child, a friend, and a servant of God. I will continue to be all the things that I have stated above for the rest of my life, regardless of what anyone has to say. Thank you for your time.